While driving on Sheikh Zayed Road at 120 km per hour, a sudden dust storm reduces visibility to less than 100 meters. What is the safest action? A. Maintain the same speed and switch on hazard lights continuously. B. Reduce speed gradually, use low-beam headlights, and keep a safe distance. C. Stop immediately in the middle lane with hazard lights on. D. Overtake slower vehicles quickly to avoid collisions. Answer: B. In dust storms, hazard lights should not be kept on while moving as it confuses other drivers. The safest action is reducing speed gradually, using low-beam headlights for visibility, and increasing following distance. Stopping in the middle lane is extremely dangerous. If your car's brakes fail while going downhill in Abu Dhabi, what should you do first? A. Shift to a lower gear and pump the brake pedal. B. Switch off the ignition immediately. C. Pull the parking brake suddenly. D. Accelerate to reach a safe zone faster. Answer: A. In case of brake failure, the first step is to downshift into a lower gear to use engine braking while pumping the brake pedal to try to restore pressure. Switching off ignition or sudden handbrake use can cause loss of steering control and skidding. When approaching a roundabout with heavy traffic flow from the left, the correct behavior is: A. Enter quickly if a small gap is seen. B. Stop in the middle of the roundabout if confused. C. Always give priority to vehicles already inside the roundabout. D. Sound the horn to claim right of way. Answer: C. Roundabouts in the UAE operate under priority to the left system. Entering without yielding creates high risk of collision. Stopping inside or using horns is not permitted and causes traffic hazards. In case of a tire blowout at high speed, what is the most important action? A. Brake immediately with full force. B. Turn quickly towards the road shoulder. C. Hold the steering wheel firmly, release the accelerator gradually, and steer straight. D. Accelerate to regain tire balance. Answer: C. Sudden braking or swerving after a tire burst can flip the car. The driver should hold the steering wheel firmly, slowly release the accelerator, and keep the vehicle straight until speed reduces before moving safely to the shoulder. If an emergency vehicle with sirens is approaching from behind on a 3-lane Abu Dhabi road, what should you do? A. Continue driving. Emergency vehicles will find their way. B. Move immediately to the right lane and stop if needed. C. Speed up to avoid blocking them. D. Move to the left lane regardless of road rules. Answer: B. UAE law requires drivers to give clear path to emergency vehicles by moving to the right side of the road safely. Blocking, racing, or failing to give way can result in heavy fines and black points. At a pedestrian crossing near a school zone, the yellow flashing lights are on. You must: A. Slow down but continue if no one is crossing. B. Speed up to pass before pedestrians enter. C. Ignore the signal if traffic is heavy. D. Stop completely if pedestrians are waiting to cross. Answer: D. School zones are high-risk areas. Flashing yellow lights indicate potential pedestrian activity. Drivers must stop fully when pedestrians are present or waiting, not just when already crossing. What is the penalty for using a mobile phone while driving in Abu Dhabi? A. 480 fine and 4 black points. B. 880 fine and 4 black points. C. 1080 fine and 12 black points. D. 580 fine and no black points. Answer: B. As per UAE traffic rules, using a mobile phone while driving results in an 880 fine and 4 black points. Distracted driving is a leading cause of accidents in the Emirates. On highways, the leftmost lane is mainly intended for: A. Overtaking and faster traffic flow. B. Driving heavy trucks. C. Parking in case of emergencies. D. Learner drivers only. Answer: A. The leftmost lane in UAE highways is reserved for overtaking and faster vehicles. Heavy trucks are restricted to right lanes, and stopping in the fast lane is strictly prohibited except in breakdown emergencies on the shoulder. If your car suddenly skids on a wet Abu Dhabi road, the correct response is A. Brake hard and steer in the opposite direction. B. Take feet off accelerator, steer gently in the direction of the skid. C. Accelerate to regain traction. D. Turn the wheel sharply to correct direction. Answer B. In skids, slamming brakes or oversteering worsens control. The best method is easing off the accelerator and gently steering in the same direction of the skid until traction is regained. When approaching a railway crossing with barriers half down, the safest decision is A. Drive around the barrier if no train is visible. B. Honk and cross to avoid delays. C. Cross quickly before the barrier closes fully. D. Stop completely and wait until the barriers are fully raised. Answer D. Crossing when barriers are not fully raised is a violation and extremely dangerous. Even if no train is visible, trains move faster than expected. UAE law requires full stop until the barriers are lifted and signals indicate it is safe. If your car stalls in the middle of a busy roundabout in Abu Dhabi, what is the safest first action? A. Get out and push the car immediately. B. Switch on hazard lights and stay inside until safe help arrives. C. Run across the roundabout to find assistance. D. Turn off hazard lights to avoid distracting others. Answer B. In Abu Dhabi, safety inside the vehicle is critical. Exiting on a roundabout exposes you to high-speed traffic. Switching on hazard lights warns others and staying inside reduces risk until proper roadside assistance arrives. When driving in a sandstorm with very low visibility, the best practice is A. Use high-beam headlights for maximum vision. B. Continue at normal speed with wipers on. C. Reduce speed, turn on low beam and hazard lights, and stay in your lane. D. Stop in the middle of the road immediately. Answer C. High beams reflect dust and worsen vision. Stopping suddenly on the road can cause rear collisions. The correct method is to reduce speed, stay in lane, and use low beams with hazards to increase visibility to others. In Abu Dhabi, if your tire bursts at 100 km per hour, the safest action is A. Slam the brakes immediately. B. Firmly grip the steering wheel, ease off accelerator, and let the car slow gradually. C. Turn quickly to the nearest exit. D. Switch off the engine instantly. Answer B. Braking or swerving can cause a rollover. Controlling the steering and allowing gradual deceleration is the safest technique, especially at high speeds on UAE highways. If you see a flashing yellow traffic signal at an intersection in Abu Dhabi, it means A. Stop completely until the light changes. B. Proceed with caution, yielding to other road users. C. The signal is faulty, ignore it. D. Accelerate to clear the intersection quickly. Answer B. Flashing yellow lights warn drivers to continue with caution. Unlike red lights, they don't mean stop. Drivers must yield and cross only when it is safe. You are approaching a pedestrian crossing but pedestrians are standing on the sidewalk and not crossing. What should you do? A. Honk to tell them to move quickly. B. Ignore the crossing. C. Speed up since they are not yet crossing. D. Slow down and prepare to stop in case they step onto the crossing. Answer D. UAE traffic law prioritizes pedestrian safety. Even if pedestrians are waiting, drivers must slow and be prepared to stop, as stepping onto the crossing gives them right of way. When driving behind an emergency vehicle with flashing lights in Abu Dhabi, you must A. Follow closely to pass traffic faster. B. Maintain a minimum distance of 150 meters. C. Overtake it carefully on the left. D. Ignore it unless it stops. Answer B. Emergency vehicles need clear passage. The UAE requires at least 150 m gap to allow maneuvering space. Following too closely is both illegal and dangerous. What should you do if your brakes fail while descending a steep Abu Dhabi mountain road? A. Pump the brake pedal and shift to lower gear. B. Switch off the ignition immediately. C. Pull the handbrake suddenly. D. Speed up to reach the bottom faster. Answer A. Pumping brakes may restore pressure, and shifting to lower gear helps engine braking. Sudden handbrake use or turning off ignition causes total loss of control. A school bus in Abu Dhabi has stopped with flashing red lights. Drivers must A. Stop only if children are crossing. B. Stop at least 5 meters away in both directions. C. Continue driving slowly past the bus. D. Honk to warn children. Answer B. UAE law requires drivers to stop in both directions at least 5 m from a school bus with flashing lights, ensuring children can board or exit safely. If your car begins to skid on a wet Abu Dhabi road, your first response should be A. Turn sharply in the opposite direction. B. Accelerate to regain grip. C. Slam the brakes. D. Steer gently in the direction of the skid. Answer D. Steering into the skid regains traction gradually. Braking or sudden movements worsen the skid. Wet roads demand calm corrective steering. What is the penalty for ignoring a red traffic light in Abu Dhabi? A. AED 200 fine and 2 black points. B. AED 1000 fine and 12 black points plus 30-day vehicle confiscation. C. AED 500 fine with warning only. D. AED 200 fine and license suspension for 1 day. Answer B. Running a red light is one of the most serious offences in the UAE. The punishment is a heavy fine, 12 black points, and temporary vehicle confiscation to deter repeat violations. When approaching a flooded road section, what is the safest decision? A. Drive slowly through the water. B. Speed up to cross quickly. C. Stop and choose an alternative route. D. Drive on the edge of the water flow. Answer C. Flooded areas can hide potholes, electrical risks, or deep water that can stall the engine. In Abu Dhabi, safety guidelines strictly advise not to attempt driving through flooded roads. Choosing an alternative route eliminates the chance of vehicle loss or accidents. While driving in a sandstorm with very low visibility, what should you do immediately? A. Switch on hazard lights and stop safely off the road. B. Increase speed to pass the storm quickly. C. Use high-beam headlights. D. Keep driving in the center of the lane. Answer A. In sandstorms, reduced visibility and flying particles create extreme hazards. The UAE traffic safety rules advise stopping in a safe area off the road, turning on hazard lights, and waiting until visibility improves. High beams worsen glare in dusty air. A driver notices a fire starting in the engine compartment while driving. What is the correct first action? A. Drive to the nearest petrol station. B. Stop the car and switch off the engine. C. Open the hood immediately. D. Pour water directly on the engine. Answer B. Engine fires require immediate stopping and shutting off the ignition to cut fuel supply. Opening the hood can intensify flames, and water is dangerous on fuel electrical fires. Drivers must stay clear and call emergency services. On Abu Dhabi highways, if your tire bursts at 120 km per hour, the safest reaction is to A. Slam the brakes and stop quickly. B. Accelerate slightly before stopping. C. Immediately turn onto the shoulder. D. Hold the steering wheel firmly and decelerate gradually. Answer D. A tire blowout can destabilize the car. The correct procedure is to grip the wheel tightly, avoid sudden braking, and gradually reduce speed until the vehicle is under control. Sudden braking can lead to rollover accidents at high speed. While driving at night, you see a vehicle approaching with full headlights on. What should you do? A. Flash your high beam repeatedly. B. Focus on the road's right edge. C. Look directly at the headlights. D. Speed up to pass quickly. Answer B. Bright headlights can temporarily blind drivers. By focusing on the right edge markings of the lane, you maintain direction and avoid glare. Flashing high beams may cause aggression and doesn't reduce the glare effect. In Abu Dhabi, when should you use hazard lights legally? A. While parking in front of shops. B. While driving slowly in traffic. C. To warn drivers before turning. D. During heavy fog, accidents, or emergencies. Answer D. Hazard lights in the UAE are legally permitted during emergencies, fog, or breakdowns to warn others of danger. Misuse, such as signaling turns, can confuse other drivers and is punishable by fines. When driving near a school bus that is stopped with flashing red lights, what must you do? A. Overtake carefully from the left. B. Stop until the lights are turned off. C. Slow down and honk before passing. D. Pass only if children are not visible. Answer B. UAE law requires drivers to stop completely when a school bus displays flashing stop signs lights. This ensures maximum safety for children boarding or leaving the bus. Violations lead to heavy fines and black points. What is the primary danger of tailgating at high speed? A. Increased fuel consumption. B. Delayed overtaking opportunity. C. Reduced reaction time in case of sudden stops. D. Damage to car paint from dust. Answer C. Tailgating reduces the safe following distance, making it impossible to react safely if the front car brakes suddenly. In Abu Dhabi, strict fines and black points are applied for tailgating because it is a leading cause of highway crashes. If your brakes fail while going downhill, the safest emergency action is A. Shift to a lower gear and use the handbrake gradually. B. Turn off the ignition immediately. C. Keep pressing the brake pedal hard. D. Jump out of the car if possible. Answer A. Brake failure on slopes requires engine braking by shifting into lower gears. Gradual use of the handbrake helps stop the vehicle without locking wheels. Turning off the ignition disables power steering, increasing danger. In Abu Dhabi tunnels, what is strictly prohibited? A. Overtaking other vehicles. B. Using low-beam headlights. C. Maintaining lane discipline. D. Driving below 60 km/h. Answer A. Tunnels are confined spaces with reduced visibility. Overtaking can cause serious head-on or side collisions. UAE traffic rules strictly ban overtaking inside tunnels. Drivers must maintain lane discipline and safe distance. A driver under emotional stress, anger, sadness, is more likely to A. Drive slowly and cautiously. B. Commit traffic violations unintentionally. C. Stop frequently for rest. D. Ignore speed entirely. Answer B. Emotional stress impairs judgment, reducing focus and increasing risk-taking. Studies show stressed drivers are prone to running signals, speeding, or sudden lane changes, leading to accidents. Calmness and self-control are vital before driving. While entering a roundabout in Abu Dhabi, who has the right of way? A. Vehicles entering from the right. B. Emergency vehicles only. C. Vehicles entering from the left. D. Vehicles already inside the roundabout. Answer D. Traffic laws give priority to vehicles already circulating inside the roundabout. Entering vehicles must wait until it is safe to merge, except when police or emergency vehicles require absolute priority. What should you do if your accelerator pedal gets stuck while driving? A. Switch off the engine immediately. B. Pull the pedal up with your foot and shift to neutral. C. Keep pressing harder on the pedal. D. Slam the brakes instantly. Answer B. A stuck accelerator requires quick thinking. Shifting to neutral disconnects engine power, and pulling the pedal up can release it. Shutting off the ignition while moving disables power steering and brakes, worsening control. The stopping distance at 100 km per hour is approximately how many meters in dry conditions? A. 15 meters. B. 50 meters. C. 70 meters. D. 120 meters. Answer: D. Stopping distance combines reaction and braking distance. At 100 km per hour, a driver covers nearly 30 meters during reaction time plus around 90 meters braking, totaling over 120 meters. Speed directly increases stopping distance exponentially. When driving in mountainous areas near a lane, what should drivers avoid? A. Using engine braking downhill. B. Driving on low gears uphill. C. Continuous use of brakes downhill. D. Keeping headlights on in daytime. Answer: C. Continuous braking overheats brake pads, leading to failure. Drivers must use engine braking with low gears to control speed on slopes. This prevents overheating and ensures safe descent on UAE mountain roads. When is it mandatory to carry a reflective warning triangle in Abu Dhabi? A. Only for taxis and buses. B. For every vehicle, for breakdowns and emergencies. C. Only during night driving. D. Optional for private vehicles. Answer: B. UAE law requires all vehicles to carry a warning triangle. It must be placed behind the car during breakdowns to alert approaching traffic, especially on highways, to prevent rear-end collisions. Driving too slowly on fast Abu Dhabi highways can be dangerous because A. It reduces fuel efficiency. B. It confuses speed cameras. C. It causes overheating in the engine. D. It disrupts normal traffic flow and increases accident risk. Answer: D. Driving far below the minimum speed limit is hazardous because it surprises faster drivers, leading to sudden braking or swerving. Abu Dhabi traffic fines penalize driving too slowly in fast lanes for road safety. At pedestrian crossings without traffic signals, the driver must A. Honk to warn pedestrians. B. Stop and give way to pedestrians. C. Drive slowly and pass carefully. D. Ignore if pedestrians hesitate. Answer: B. Pedestrian crossings grant right of way to walkers. UAE traffic law enforces strict penalties for failing to stop, as pedestrian safety is a high priority in built-up areas and city streets. If your car hydroplanes on a wet Abu Dhabi road, what should you do? A. Brake hard immediately. B. Accelerate to regain grip. C. Ease off the accelerator and steer gently. D. Turn the wheel sharply. Answer: C. Hydroplaning occurs when tires lose contact with the road surface. Hard braking or sharp steering causes skidding. Easing off the accelerator and steering gently allows tires to regain traction safely. Driving long hours without rest primarily increases risk of A. Fuel overconsumption. B. Microsleep and loss of focus. C. Tire wear. D. Excessive braking. Answer: B. Fatigue is a silent killer on highways. Even a few seconds of microsleep can cause devastating accidents. Drivers in Abu Dhabi must take regular breaks on long trips, especially during night travel. Using a mobile phone while driving, without hands-free, mainly affects A. Vehicle speed. B. Concentration and reaction time. C. Tire grip. D. Fuel efficiency. Answer: B. Phone use distracts vision, hearing, and thinking simultaneously, tripling the chance of an accident. Strict fines in Abu Dhabi target mobile use to ensure drivers keep both hands and attention on the road. On desert roads, which precaution is most important? A. Deflate tires slightly for better traction. B. Always drive at maximum speed. C. Keep headlights off during the day. D. Avoid carrying extra water supplies. Answer: A. Deflating tires slightly widens their surface area, improving grip on soft sand. Drivers also carry water, GPS, and emergency tools when crossing desert areas to prevent getting stranded. What is the safest way to rejoin traffic after stopping on the highway shoulder? A. Accelerate quickly from the shoulder. B. Wait until there is a large gap and signal clearly. C. Move slowly into the lane without signaling. D. Enter when another driver flashes headlights. Answer: B. Rejoining high-speed traffic requires patience. Signaling early and merging only when a large gap is available reduces collision risks. Sudden entries without signals cause serious side crashes. In case of sudden heavy fog on highways, what should you never do? A. Reduce speed. B. Use fog lights and low beams. C. Stop in the middle of the road. D. Increase following distance. Answer: C. Stopping in the lane during fog creates a deadly hazard, as following vehicles may crash into you. Safe actions are slowing down, using fog lights, and pulling off the road if visibility is near zero. When your car skids, the correct steering technique is: A. Turn opposite to the skid. B. Pump the accelerator. C. Keep the wheel straight. D. Turn into the direction of the skid. Answer: D. Steering into the skid aligns wheels with the vehicle's movement, allowing the driver to regain traction gradually. Opposite steering worsens the skid and causes spinouts. Which lane should heavy trucks use on Abu Dhabi highways? A. Left lane only. B. Right lane only. C. Middle lane only. D. Any lane if empty. Answer: B. Heavy trucks must stay in the rightmost lane for safety and smooth traffic flow. Driving in left lanes blocks faster vehicles and increases the risk of serious crashes. What is the purpose of rumble strips before intersections? A. To test tire grip. B. To mark parking zones. C. To prevent lane changes. D. To warn drivers to reduce speed. Answer: D. Rumble strips create vibrations and noise to alert drivers approaching intersections or hazardous zones. They are safety features designed to reduce speed and prevent accidents. In Abu Dhabi, refusing to give way to emergency vehicles results in: A. No penalty unless collision occurs. B. Heavy fines and black points. C. Only a warning from police. D. Small fine without points. Answer: B. Emergency vehicles, police, ambulance, fire, must always be given right of way. Blocking them delays life-saving services. UAE laws impose strict fines and black points for such violations. If a driver feels drowsy on the highway, the best immediate action is: A. Drink coffee and continue driving. B. Open the window for fresh air. C. Stop at a safe rest area and take a short nap. D. Drive faster to finish early. Answer: C. Coffee or fresh air gives only temporary alertness. The safest method is to stop in a designated area, rest, and continue driving only when fully alert. Fatigue-related accidents are common on long Abu Dhabi routes. At intersections with malfunctioning traffic signals, drivers should: A. Treat it as a green light. B. Drive fast to avoid confusion. C. Treat it as a four-way stop. D. Wait until police arrive. Answer: C. A dead traffic light must be treated as a four-way stop. Each vehicle must stop, then proceed in order of arrival, ensuring fairness and reducing collision risks until signals are restored.